hits the account, there are two types of people: those who spend it and those who invest it. And in 10 years, the difference boils down to what decision they made. Hi there, my name is Cynthia Nanjala from Wonder Properties, Kenya. Wonder Properties is a real estate developer in Kenya, one of its kind, the premier real estate developer. And we are happy to bring this particular episode to you as part of our ongoing series on matters education, even as we are gearing up to begin our podcast section, right? And so this means if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page, please do so. Just hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. As well as you can go online to our website, that is www.wonderpropertykenya.com, to just get more insights on some of the projects that we have done, projects that are ongoing, and some of the market trends that we've been able to put up for you on those particular platforms. However, here today we want to talk about investing. All right, now come here. Did you know that in Kenya, real estate contributes about 8 to 10% of the GDP, gross domestic product? So it's a huge deal. Also, about 1.3 trillion Kenyan shillings of the economy, or the money that is pumped into Kenya's economy, comes from real estate. So it's a big deal. But we don't want it to just be a big deal. We also want to give you the hindsight of just what you need to do, what you need to prepare for, especially as a person that is looking to invest. All right. Now, the best place to start really as an investor and having that particular mindset is for you to actually understand your own self. This means understand your pocket, understand your money. How does money circulate within your household? How does money circulate within your pocket? So this also means you need to track every single financial decision you're making, guys. Don't just ignore it. All right. You need to be able to track every single financial decision. Money that is coming in as income, need to know how much it is. Money that you're spending, whether on bills, on utilities, you need to know how much it is. Money that you're saving, you also need to track it. Money that is coming in from other investment plans, you need to track it. Why is this important? Because remember, you're planning to take on an investment, right? And so this means even if you are to invest today, it won't be able to affect how you are currently living. If you've got to be altered to an extent where you're cutting down on literally every single thing, or already you're spending so much, or you've got a lot of debts, or your income is not enough, then how will you be able to sustain such an investment? Because real estate, it's huge. If you want to invest in a 50 million shillings property or in a 25 million shillings property, it means you are already a financially sound person. Do not get into an investment if you're financially sane, or not sane, or insane, for lack of a better word. So you really need to understand that. How is your financial health? And who's the best person to do this? You, not somebody else. You need to do it for yourself first. All right. Now, number two, also understand the real estate market. Please, let's understand the real estate market. As an investor, you're looking at how will you get your money back, but not just your money back, but how you're going to make loads of money off it, right? So, do you understand the real estate market? Do you understand basic terminologies? Okay. Have you looked at the tax rates that are there for various, plans within the property market? Do you understand what they mean, and what are some of the consequences you're going to suffer if you do not adhere to these particular taxes? Understand the laws. What are some of the laws governing the real estate world? So understanding the market is such a basic thing to say, but it's quite critical in this particular process. Go beyond basic terminologies, and really learn about the industry. Look at the trends, what is happening now, what was happening and why did it stop, what is going to happen in future, and what is going to bring it about. All right. So once you've understood the trend, the growth, and the opportunities, then you know where to be able to place yourself. All right, which is literally quite important. Now, something else is also understand, what are you planning to invest in? Okay, yes, you have 20 million shillings, but what are you going to do with it? What plan exactly are you going to invest in? Okay, and so this comes about in really understanding the properties that are there. You've got residential properties, you've got commercial properties, you've got industrial properties. So it is essential that you actually understand which one of those are you picking for yourself. If it's residential, do you want to go for an apartment? Do you want to go for a villa? Do you want to go for a plot or land? All right. In terms of commercial, are you just looking for office spaces, retail spaces, or mixed use development? So you can't have your cake and eat it. You've got to decide. If you can do it all, fine. That means you're a financially sane person. You've got a great financial track record, so you've got no problem doing it at all. But is it important that you actually get it out of the way? What property exactly do you want? And that will mean then you're able to pick something that is going to serve you right, and not just serve you right, but also make you money. Listen, investing is all about money. Let's be honest, investing is really all about money, because I'm not looking for a space to live in it. I'm looking for a space where I'll be able to acquire it, own it, and also at the same time make money of it. Okay. Now, something else is, what are your financial goals? There is no achievement without a goal. If you've achieved something, you planned for it. All right. If you are in Mombasa, you planned for the trip to Mombasa, right? If you're doing your masters, you planned on how you're going to get yourself in class and do masters. The same applies for real estate investments. If you're cutting down on rent already, that means you own your home already. It means you planned for it earlier. So there's no shortcut. So what is your financial goal? Are you just looking to cut down on rent? Well, that means you're going to find yourself a space where you can actually own the home. Or are you looking to diversify your investment? This means you're already in the banking sector, you're in the agricultural sector, and you're thinking, okay, I can do agriculture as well. So it means you're able to actually put your money in so many different places, and then you get returns of all these various places. So understand your financial goal. Don't do it because Cynthia did it. Okay? Don't do it because Cynthia did it. Don't do it because you saw so and so do it. No, do it because there's a particular goal that you are looking to attain, and that is helping you get to that particular end goal. All right. Now, something else, risk tolerance. In other words, how much are you willing to tolerate as loss? Now, what risks are there? You've got the market risk in itself. For example, if the financial world is not working out, that means property transactions are going to plummet. And so the interest rates are high to an extent where you're not able to actually get somebody to come lease your home or rent your home. So, market risk, liquidity risk. If you tend to do too much without having a fallback plan or without having a proper financial guide and a financial muscle, you run the risk of liquidity. All right. And so these are some of the risks that you also need to assess for yourself. Okay. Look at somebody that can help you walk the journey. This means look for a financial consultant or a real estate investment expert to be able to really give you all the risks that are there and how they come about. And in addition, how you can mitigate. The word is mitigate these particular risks. All right. Now, also, this one is, I believe, also one of the most important things that you need to consider as a smart investor. Who is selling you this land or this particular property? And does it tick all legal requirements? It is not enough for you to just have money to purchase a property, but you also need to understand who is selling it to you. Are they genuine? How is their track record? Are they people that are dependable? Will they deliver on time? Do they do processes that tick all legal requirements? This means you're not going to have any trouble with the law. If you ignore the law part, you're going to suffer for it in the future. Don't say, let me save this money, I'm cutting down on the cost of a lawyer. It's going to hurt you. So how about save your millions now? Right? And then you're gonna be okay. Okay, so don't go with the mindset of I need to cut down on the cost of hiring a lawyer, a cost of hiring this person, a cost of doing this, a cost of getting into the system. Please do it. Do not ignore it. So always assess the seller. Are they genuine? Whether it's a real estate developer, whether it's an individual, whether it's a real estate firm, assess it. And also ensure that every process you're following ticks all legal requirements. Right from the moment you are interested, please ensure that before you seal that deal, you followed all the processes. All right. And then finally, and this is also quite important, as an investor, please have an exit strategy. If in 5 years you feel this is not working for you and you want to leave, do you have an exit strategy? How are you going to leave? You've invested in multiple properties. How are you going to exit without hurting yourself financially and without you losing your profits or without you, running a risk? So have an exit strategy. Smart investors don't just invest, they also plan ahead on how can they get themselves out of this if nothing goes as they planned. Okay, so all these things that I'm talking about are very critical for an investor, because as an investor you need to think very, very pro. You're very different from a buyer. A buyer is just looking to own a home, live in it with the family. More emotions are involved, but for an investor it's a business minded kind of person. But listen, in case you've missed this, don't worry, you can always go to our website at www.wonderpropertykenya.com. Here you'll be able to get so much more of what we've done. And we'll be doing this as well more often than not, because we also want to hear from you. So please comment down below. You can like, you can subscribe, and just tell us, as a person that has already invested, what are some of the lessons that you've learned? Or as a person that is planning to invest, what are some of the things that you believe are very critical for you where you are at this particular moment? So we'd love to hear from you. Comment down below and we'll be able to sample your feedback and just respond to you. We'd love to engage with you as well. So allow me to close it at that point. But listen, always follow Under Property Kenya, because we are not just here to transact, property businesses. Everybody can do that, but we also want to do more. We want to be able to share with you some of the experiences a real estate developer as us has learned, some of the mistakes that people are making that we see, and we always talk to our clients and our audiences and investors and just tell them in advance, buckle up, something is coming. And that, I think, is the main essence. We are building a relationship with our clients, and we'd love you to be part of this particular journey. So we close it at this point today. And remember, you can share this broadcast, but see you next time. My name is Cynthia Nanjala.